Miniature railways are fucking fascinating. And I'm not talking about model trains. Like, these are cool. I love this. Stay. But miniature railways are the ones you can like sit on and ride, and they're fascinating because they are everywhere, and they're incredibly chill, they're incredibly relaxed, but they also exist in this constant state of tension between so many different organizations and agencies and responsibilities. And somehow it works. Somehow it just congeals together so that everyone in this country has some memory of going on a miniature train as a kid. Wherever you are, you went on one of these things. You know what they are, and that is insane. Okay, so the thing to understand about a miniature railway is they exist entirely because guys just want to play with their trains. That's the whole reason. The kids, the childhood memories and the birthday parties, and they're like, ee! That's neat. It's a byproduct. It's a means and not an end. So, in order to play with your trains, with your big trains, you need land. Now, if you live out in the country, if you're rich, you can do that. You can just put it on your block, whatever. Most people aren't. These are incredibly expensive devices. A steam train about this size costs about 15 grand. If you want to get even like a really basic electric locomotive kit, that's going to run you 2 grand. Like, I theoretically have that savings, but also no. So that's expensive. You spend all your money on trains, so you can't afford to go buy your block out in the countryside. So what you do is you get a few of your mates together and you convince the council to lease you a block of land somewhere. All these miniature railway clubs around Australia, they are almost all on publicly owned council land. That's how they get to be in such nice spots, or at least such accessible spots. I went to one in Port Arlington, right along the beach, lovely location. Council owned, no way that could be privately owned. Same goes for Altona, Eltham, everywhere. That's council owned land, so that's 2 stakeholders there, right? We have the club, the guys who want to play with their trains. We have the council who owns the fucking land. The club maintains the land, they do the landscaping, they do the bits and the bobbins, they run all the trains and all of that, and that's all volunteer work, right? No one gets paid at any of these. And how they make their money is by selling tickets. Like, they sell their tickets to kids, families. They run birthday parties, and that's going to cost you a couple $100. They do also make some money of membership fees, but it's not most of their income. Most of an income for a miniature railway comes from your open days. And so what that means is we now have a third stakeholder, which is like families, children. So you have these 3 groups that are then in tension, and then you have like tertiary groups, right? So turns out you kind of just can't have a steam boiler, because those steam engines I was talking about, they're functioning steam locomotives, right? They are fully scaled down functioning, like there's pressure, they're pressure vessels. You kind of can't do that. So you have regulatory things that come into that, right? In certain cases, that is work safe, so that is like Australian OSHA. But there's also like a self-governing body for all of this, which is the Australian Association of Live Steamers, or the AALS. So that's like 5 different things, and it has its own internal politics, because of course it has its own internal politics. Somehow this congeals in a way where you have all these different groups kind of working together, running something that makes everyone happy. Everyone in the country has a memory of going on a little tiny train as a kid. There's so many different stakeholders that are just existing in tension with each other, like a suspension bridge to keep all the members connected. And it worked because fucking people love trains. That's it. Just people fucking love trains. And it's been working for 100 years. It somehow works. It's incredible. It's incredible. And just everyone remembers going on a steam train as a kid. You go toot toot, they wear the little hats.